There we go. Good morning, everybody. We are here, Paula, Lisa. We're
Good
back.
morning.
We are, your immune system never rests. It works 24 hours a day, every day of your life. Your immune system is searching for cells that show signs of infection or cancerous changes to support and protect our immune system. We are talking about things we can do all month long. We have 5 weeks. We're going to get into hydration this week. We're going to talk about foods and sleep and stress management. And I know there's one other topic, exercise is the other one. So each week we're going to highlight how we boost and support our immune system with these different areas, within these different areas. So we're going to drill down, focus in, and specialize on the immune system this month. Wow, we didn't make it easier again. I thought we were just talking about summer drinks today, Paula.
No, there's always more. You and I have such a quest for knowledge, and we got to just share all these things that we've been learning over the years and making our lives healthier so that everybody can be healthy. They can all feel good. And especially this week, it's been like 90 here yesterday. So hydration is a hot topic. Staying cool and fueling our bodies is super important. So yeah, how much water should you drink, Lisa?
Yeah. Well, I want to touch on the immune system real quick for those folks that just tuning in. The most complex system of the body is the immune system. It includes the thymus gland, the spleen, bone marrow, and a vast network of lymph nodes. You may have heard of lymph nodes under your arm. They're all throughout the body. And the immune system maintains a variety of white blood cells that are natural killer cells there to eradicate cancer cells, and large white blood cells called macrophages gobble up disease and damaged cells. If I haven't used enough big words here to suck you in and invite you to listen to this, why do we want to boost our immune system? Let us know, because I can find more of them. There's so many details out there about our immune system. But Paula's right, like hydration. That's why we picked it for the first week. We need to drink plenty of filtered water, pure filtered water every day is especially important when we're like fighting flus or have something going on, dis-ease within our system. We need that to flush it out. Our body is made up of, I don't know, some people say as much as 70% water. We need to replace the water when we're breathing. We are losing water. Water is coming out of our mouth when we're breathing, when we're sweating and working out, when we're outside. We don't even notice that the water is evaporating. It's coming through our skin, and we might feel moisture, but we're losing water. And if we don't replace that, we can become dehydrated really fast. So you're the health coach, darling. I know you've got the statistics on this. Tell us the numbers. What should we be consuming every day?
Yeah, the easiest way to figure that out is figure out how much you weigh, divide that in half. And that is how many ounces of water you should be drinking. So if you're 100 pounds, 50 is half of that, 50 ounces of water. 150 pounds, 75 ounces of water. So it's a great guideline to shoot for. But how do you measure it? Every glass is like a different size, right? So you have to figure out like, how many water bottles do I need to take with me today? Because this holds 24 or 30 ounces.
Yeah, I'm at 32. Yeah.
So keeping conscious of what's my goal for the day? How many times have I filled my glass or filled my water bottle? And especially as we are out and about, I don't leave the house without a reusable water bottle. It's constantly with me. It's, cell phone, glasses, keys, purse, and water bottle. It's just part of the entourage that comes with me everywhere, because I don't want to get to that hydration or dehydration level, because I know I feel crummy and it's harder to play catch up later. Your brain doesn't feel as good. You can't think as clearly, and your body is not functioning at optimal. So it's with me all the time. But most of the time mine is plain. Sometimes I need some variety to keep me interested. Lisa, you just revealed your little secret. There's always something in your bottle.
There is, yeah, lots of things. We could talk about herbs or we could talk about electrolytes. Many of you, hot summer, we were just talking about the weather and this craziness in the country, all across the country, this massive heat wave that we've been having. Are people staying inside or are you getting out there? And if you're getting out there, what are you consuming? Are you getting enough electrolytes? Are you getting enough mineral salts? Are you getting enough hydration? Paula and I were talking specifically about amino acids. She has a great Young Living product. I've tried it once. I haven't used it lately. They have a new formulation. So next time I see her here in a couple of weeks, I'm gonna try that one. But the amino acids, we need amino acids. They're the building blocks of protein, and many times they're flavored. I prefer the ones that are stevia sweetened versus sucralose. So check your labels on this. If you're buying them at the regular stores, look at what they have. If they had some that were monk fruit sweetened, that would be my favorite. Stevia has a little bit of a bitterness to it. And though I like coffee and I like bitter drinks, sometimes that stevia can be strong. So test a few, find one that works for you. But I like an amino acid blend that has many of them. Sometimes you'll just find something called BCAAs, which is branch chain amino acids. And it just has certain ones of the amino acids versus a full amino complex, which the Young Living Amino Wise is the full spectrum. It has all of the amino acids in it in their appropriate portion. They've already figured out and done the math for you. And so a scoop of that in your water, working out or after gardening, when do we use it? Or in my case, I sneak in little walks in the middle of the day because I'm at this desk for 10 hours sometimes. But I have the dinger go off and I'll run outside or run in place. I drink my aminos when I'm doing that. So I don't specifically go to the gym and do a hard workout. So I keep it in my water most days throughout the day. Or sometimes I swap it out with electrolytes if I'm going to be outside at the Disney parks or something with kids. But those two are 1 and 2 for big nutrients in your water that you can sip on all day long. Tell us about some fun ones, though. What are some fun things that we can add that, change it up?
Well, fun equals delicious in my head. So the first thing I love is citrus fruit, oranges, lemons, limes. Those are easy things to add into water, freeze them, put them into your water, keep them chilled that way, or just add them into your water pitcher and then keep pouring from that. Sometimes I do the citrus fruits. I do want to pay attention though, if it is something that I have, that I just have that and I'm done with it, because I do want to be careful about citric acid wearing down the enamel of my teeth. So I often will use the essential oil instead, because I'm still getting the D-limonene, I'm still getting all the flavor and delicious benefits, but the juice of the fruit is where you typically have the citric acid. They're both replenishing. I just want to be conscious of, if I'm having the drink, then I'm cleaning my teeth to protect my enamel since I have more sensitive teeth. But otherwise, it's a great tool, and citrus is so delicious. It's so fun. The kids love it. I love to do a variety. So I'll put all the citruses together, or I'll put lime with watermelon and coconut water. Coconut water is a huge electrolyte boost, right? So that one is delicious right there. But you can make that into a smoothie. You could make it into a mocktail or something else too, if it's an evening hour. But all the good flavors that you love in things, you can make into nutritious and hydrating things. Cucumbers are super hydrating. Adding those into water is always delicious. Those I can just put right in, flavor it. You go to a spa, that's often what they'll have is cucumber water, right? Because it's refreshing. And there's a little snack in there too, right?
Yeah. I want to share a couple of, I want to share a couple of recipes because you had mentioned that. So I did grab 3 or 4 recipes, and we'll put them on the Plant Power Half Hour website. But just for those folks listening in, if you wanted to think about what kind of ingredients would I need to grab when I go to the grocery store to do this, to make this stuff happen, it's not complicated. You talked about coconut water, and one of the recipes I have, immune boosting turmeric ginger beverage would be, I use fresh turmeric root, but you could use powdered turmeric root. I use fresh ginger root. I just grate it on a microplane and put it right in. Then I add the juice of the lemon. So in this case, I am using real lemons, but you could totally substitute that out for a drop of Young Living's Vitality Lemon Essential Oil. I put a pinch of cayenne pepper in that. And then I make it into a pitcher. So I use 4 cups of the coconut water. Like I buy the large, I think it's a 32-ounce container. I don't like coconut water. And so that's why I don't want to taste the coconut. That's why all this other stuff is in there. So if you're like me, not everybody loves coconut water. I would never, ever open a thing up and drink it. Nope, can't do it, won't do it. But I know the benefits. It's nature's electrolytes. It comes in that, hypoallergenic sealed container coconut. And so we should be taking it in, but if you can't palate it, if it's not your favorite thing, I also sneak in a little bit of raw local honey so I can sweeten it. So I've got that citrus. When I drink that, it makes me think of the Caribbean. I think of, a Caribbean drink laying on the beach. You've got that coconut flavoring, those citruses in there, a little spice for the cayenne, and then the sweetness of that raw local honey. So we're getting electrolytes, we're getting immune booster with the honey, and the citrus oils are high in vitamin C. So power packed. Throw out the pop, throw out the soda, grab yourself this coconut lemonade, and do your immune system a favor.
Yeah.
One other one. Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
How about strawberry and basil smoothie?
Ooh,
Strawberries have such good nutrients, and that basil has a lot of power pack too, right?
that was the next one I was going to mention, because I'm headed up there to Minnesota from Orlando to work at the Minnesota State Fair again this year. I think it's fair number 17 for me. And a couple years ago, they brought in a booth that served basil blueberry lemonade, and it's my favorite thing in the whole wide world now. And I use frozen blueberries that I harvest here from a local farmer. So I harvest like 30 plus pounds of strawberries, fill the freezer as much as I can, and then grow my own basil. So I have basil inside, basil outside. I throw it into ice cube trays, and then I can make that. I can throw those basil ice cubes right in my water bottle, add in those frozen blueberries, and then I squeeze some lemon juice in there and add water. And that's it. I can take it around, carry it around with me when I'm not doing my electrolytes or when I'm not doing my amino acids. That's my other super go-to treat, because it's like sweets in a bottle, and it's amazing. And you just shake it up and it breaks, it bruises that basil and it fuses that liquid.
Mhm.
And we're getting so many of the benefits from it. Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. The strawberry sounds good, but it's nothing compared to blueberry. I'm just saying.
It is so refreshing. And I can remember as a child, we had juice boxes or Sunny Delight or sodas. And now I would never have those things. That's just all high sugar, all processed things. That I want things that have great flavor, but high nutrient value for my body all at the same time. So, and super simple to do it this way too.
We never got those.
Reusable water bottle.
Yeah, we never had those when I was a kid. I don't think I've ever had Sunny Delight yet. And we didn't have soda. Like when we went to my grandma's, they owned a motel, and they had a pop machine outside with the glass pop bottles. So if we were really good and helped, clean the motel rooms or pull the weeds or something, we would get a bottle. We'd get to pick the bottle, the glass Coke bottle, or the glass. I think it was a Pepsi products and Mountain Dew. But I always got Grape Crush. I remember that. So honestly, I do have some amino acids that they taste like grape, and they remind me of that Grape Crush.
Oh, yeah.
Back to childhood.
Well, what about soda? What about coffee? Are those hydrating?
I think there's better choices. We have that morning routine. I was talking about my morning routine. I still haven't finished my warm morning beverage. And years ago, I've kind of switched. So coffees are grown, and they're often laden with pesticides. They're highly processed. They can cause acidity in the stomach and cause stomach distress for lots of people. And so I switched to a brand of fair trade coffee that's pesticide free, that's organic, fair trade harvested. and so when I do coffee, I will do that. Like I'm a total coffee snob. I don't buy coffee out. Oftentimes I'll bring my own in. They do make packets, the company that I buy from. I guess we could say I'm a bulletproof girl. Like I like bulletproof. Tim Ferriss, I follow him. He's a biohacker for the body and health. And so I use the bulletproof product. But the other warm drink that I do a lot is this one here. It's the Young Living Golden Turmeric. Paula hooked me onto this. I don't know, a couple summers ago. And this is mango rose with turmeric in it, and I make it with I put a little bit of coconut creamer in mine, and then hot water. It's a powder, you just use a teaspoon of it, or maybe a half a teaspoon of it, because it can be pretty strong. Add the hot water, and then I add that coconut cream to it, and it's just that mouth texture and flavor. And if you do dairy, you could certainly do like an organic cream if you wanted to. But and then sometimes I put a little bit of MCT oil in with that and zhuzh it up, and it's like, oh my gosh, that is my morning wake up call. I don't need the coffee anymore. If I feel like coffee, I have that option, but then just that turmeric tea. And again, it's immune boosting. It's supporting my health and nutrition rather than kind of creating acidity in the body, maybe causing some stomach or digestive distress for me. I flipped it up. The other one I will share is, if you're going to do morning coffee, what can you put in the grounds? Like eleuthera root, they oftentimes called American ginseng. Put that right in the grounds, or you can put astragalus root right in the grounds of your coffee. You can buy it powdered, you can buy the root. When you're putting that hot water over it, you're getting, some of those herbs mixed into the coffee. It doesn't change the flavor of it, but it's giving you some immune boosters in that morning coffee. If it's a ritual and you do it every morning, why not feed your body the healthy stuff along with it? Like, figure out, choose your methodology, but either of those will work. How about you, Paula? I know you love coffee too. And how do you do it?
Yeah. Cacao nibs often make it into my grounds too. Yeah.
I've never done that.
So for me, I don't count the ounces of coffee I drink as my hydration ounces. I exclude those. Some people say it's even maybe anti-hydration, that I need to add another equivalent to that in there. But find your balance. How do you know whether you're hydrated enough or not? Well, it's the color of your urine, right? Is it clear? Is it a light lemonade? Is it look more like orange juice, or is it really dark?
Yeah.
It shouldn't be dark. It should be a very light color. So then you're knowing you're getting enough water to help flush all the things through your system in the day. But yeah, if you're seeing that dark orange, that's a big sign that you definitely need more water. Now, if you're taking extra B vitamins, your urine might be a little bit more yellow
Green,
anyhow,
yellow.
because your body's going to get rid of any excess that you have of that. So be aware of that. Or, if you've had a lot of asparagus, that's also going to change the color, right? But
Yeah.
in general, you should see urine that's a very, very light lemonade color, or even lighter as well.
The other indicators of dehydration are oftentimes headaches. If you have a headache, drink a glass of water first. Before taking aspirin, before taking something for that headache, go grab some water first, because that is one of the key signs. So look for the urine color. Are you getting headaches? Do you have issues with focus, or are you feeling grumpy? Sometimes our mood can be a factor of dehydration. What does your digestion look like? And then for extreme cases, we would see dementia, kidney function, and heart function can all be dehydration can be a contributor to all of those. And so, those are extreme cases, but just on a day-to-day basis, if you're getting headaches, I would look to, what is your hydration? And if you're just drinking water, what kind of water are you drinking? Are you drinking spring water that has minerals in it? Are you drinking tap water that's been stripped of everything? And maybe you need to add minerals back into it. Oftentimes minerals taste funny. Young Living has a MindWise, we have a mineral that you could put a squirt in your water, and add some of those trace minerals back in. The other way, a quick way to do it, is using Himalayan pink salt. You can either buy, like the brand that I love is from Utah. It's called Real Salt, obviously not Himalayan. It's pink salt from the United States in the desert here in Utah. But that pink Himalayan salt, but look for the brands, make sure it's actually truly that, doesn't have anything else in it. The pink Himalayan salt, it has anywhere from 72 to 85 trace minerals in it. So just a pinch. If you taste the water, if the water tastes salty, that's too much. You don't need that much. Just a pinch in your water or your liquids, or even on cucumbers or on your celery or something, that adds back in some of those trace minerals. Water follows salt. And so if you're prone to headaches or you're outside a lot, sweating profusely, I had a client years ago that was a roofer, and so he was outside sweating a lot in Nevada when I lived there. And the simple change that we added was just pink Himalayan salt, and he had his whole crew on it. It was like standard operating procedure became this pink Himalayan salt in their water. They were just sweating so much and losing all of their trace minerals, and they would just evaporate off your skin in the desert. So look for those signs of dehydration, and there's just simple tweaks. If this doesn't get you there, we have a few other suggestions, and I'm going to throw out herbs. Let's come back to those fun kids drinks. What are yours? And then I'll share mine.
Yeah, certainly we love to do the fruity ones, but also iced teas. We like to do some of those with the jade lemon or with the orange. Arnold Palmer's are always a big hit over here. So we're doing a little bit of tea, a little bit of lemon, some orange, and mixing those in. So those are always a great option. The lavender lemonade, always a good one too. But I have a giant drawer in my kitchen filled with all my teas. So I have the whole variety. And an herbal tea is usually a great base for any type of beverage. So we'll brew something, we'll add in some seltzer water or sparkling water, and then, get the flavors going. So it can be layers of flavors too. Herbs that I tend to use more dried herbs for teas. I know you are great at using the fresh herbs for teas, and mixing those together. And you have a special blend that you make for your nieces and nephews, right? Your fake Kool-Aid.
Yeah, that's what they call it. They go, oh, this is the fake Kool-Aid. Like, it's just hibiscus tea. I use the dried hibiscus, and I buy it by a pound bag, and I throw it in the little tea bags and let the sun do its magic, and it turns it red. It looks like Kool-Aid. And then I squeeze fresh lemon in it. So it's a hibiscus lemonade. And if I want to, I can add sweetener. I use monk fruit, so it's a little bit different than like your processed sugars. But they could tell a difference. The reason that I use hibiscus, though, one, I'm trying to bypass their brain, that preconceived notion of what it's supposed to be. But the other thing is hibiscus, it helps with hydration. It helps us to absorb more of the water. And so there's some studies that show it helps in aiding blood pressure management, and it helps with hydration. So if you can swap out some of the things that you're drinking that don't aid hydration, and bring in your lemon, your citruses, and your hibiscus tea, and things that help with that hydration, it's great. And you mentioned tea. I want to go with green tea. You can do an Arnold Palmer with green tea just as easily as you can do it with black tea. But the benefits of green tea is it's a super antioxidant. So when you think of rust on a car, you know how cars get rust, that's oxidation. Well, our body gets oxidation on the inside from the foods we eat, the toxins that we're exposed to, and the body has to work harder. And what green tea does, it's an antioxidant. So it helps to go in and buff that rust out. It helps to clean that up on the inside of the body, but it also strengthens the immune system because of the compounds, the antioxidant compounds that are in it. It neutralizes free radicals, and it improves or prevents the damage that we've done to our internal system. So swapping out black tea for green tea and still adding all of those other things, adding your lemonade or even fresh squeezed lemon. How are you making your lemonade? Is it all sugar? Are you buying Country Time and putting a scoop in? Maybe change it up a little bit, get some fresh lemons and actually just juice them yourself and add it in there. And then you can control the sweetness and the sugar by adding in fruit, adding the whole pieces of lemon in, monk fruit, fresh maple syrup. In the Midwest, you get it all the time. I have friends that make it and always provide me with a bottle or two when I come visit. So we can actually amp up, we can up level those summer drinks just by looking at them a little bit differently.
Yeah, so much fun and so delicious, and makes our bodies feel great. So we can keep doing all the summer fun activities in these long days.
Yeah. Two others that I would mention that just came to mind is aloe. Have you ever made an aloe Julius? Do you know what it is?
No, but I have used aloe juice as a body spray, but no, tell me your aloe Julius.
When I lived in Nevada, I had tons of aloe and I would use it as a sunscreen. I just grab a little piece, cut it in half, and then rub that on me. So I thought, what else can I do with this? And I started searching, and I was teaching a class. I have this program that I did for the Master Gardeners there on aloe, and I made aloe Julius's for everyone. And you can eat the outside, the tough green stuff, but between that tough green stuff and the squishy middle center, there's a latex, like a liquid latex there. So instead I peeled it off and I took just the inner fillet, about 2-inch piece. I threw it in a blender with 2 oranges. I peeled the oranges and then added a little water and zhuzhed it up, and people drank it. And then somebody said, oh, this kind of tastes like the orange Julius's that you get. Remember Dairy Queen used to sell them? I know you can get them at the Minnesota State Fair, but they have a lot of sugar and other things in them. But so I call, my aloe Julius. I invented the aloe Julius. It's just aloe. But what aloe does, when an aloe plant, when you cut the aloe plant, how it starts to heal itself back together. Well, inside our body, it does that same thing. It works on our mucous membranes and our soft, squishy parts to help heal it and repair it. There's compounds in the aloe. One of them is called ace-mannanin, I think is how you say it. And it helps boost the immune system. Aloe also has the amino acids in it, the complete realm of amino acids in it. So if you don't want to buy the powder and put it in your drink, make yourself an aloe Julius. And then one more I'll share, and then I'll be done. And that's who's doing shots? Who's, you said summer is party time, it's fun. Who's doing shots? I have a shot for you. It's called a garlic shooter. And if you want to boost your immune system, if you feel a scratchy throat coming on, not quite feeling yourself, get out the shot glass. Take a clove of garlic and press it through a garlic clove, or chop it up. You want to mince it really fine. You don't want it to be a big chunk. Put it in your shot glass. Squeeze a little bit, half a lemon maybe, or if you have lemon juice, organic lemon juice, a tablespoon of lemon juice in it, and just a little bit of water. I mean, we want to make sure that the garlic is completely covered. Put that up to your mouth and take it, shoot it like a tequila shooter, drink it down. It'll land in your belly and it'll be hot and spicy. But garlic for centuries has been used in place of penicillin. It was used for viral infections, bacterial infections, ailments before the invention of penicillin. So it's a powerhouse for helping to boost the immune system and fight off whatever's coming on or whatever is even ailing you. If you're well into that disease or whatever's happening, you can do it then. Or if you can catch it at the early stages, oftentimes you can catch it before anything can take hold. So that's a go-to around here all the time. And if you can't drink it, take a clove, stick it between your toes and put your sock on, because you'll taste it in your mouth by morning, but it'll get into your bloodstream. Just that coming in through your skin, it will bring it into your body and help boost it. So we're talking about drinks, but that's kind of the backup plan if you can't drink that garlic.
That's a garlic challenge.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a big immune one for me. I love it. I just like the taste of it, but I like spicy. That might not be for everybody. Any other ideas that we want to make sure they take away are easy peasy ones?
Just drink your water, drink your beverages, but look at the ingredients, what's in there. If you're getting something already pre-made, if you can make it yourself, even better. You know what's going in it. If you're not making it yourself, do your homework. It's your body. what you put in it matters.
Yeah. And check out the Plant Power Half Hour website for all of these drinks recipes that we talked about. They will be on there. If you need some ideas, get started there. Make it easy. All right. We are covering this topic all week. As I mentioned, next week, we're talking about nutrition. I have the list up right here. Week 2 is nutrition. Week 3 is physical activity. Week 4, we're talking about adequate sleep. And week 5 is stress management, all with the idea of how these things can boost your immune system. So if you took away something from today, we'll get better and better as the month goes on. We invite you to come on back and check out the resources that we've made available for you. Thanks for joining us.